Evaluating a limit, two ways to evaluate this limit here. First of all, if you could look at this and know that this is actually the definition of derivative, this asking us to find f prime at a specific number 16, and we know that our function is 8 times the square root of x. That is what our function f of x is. However, that's very difficult to see, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this limit and I'm going to rationalize the numerator. Now, how do I know to do that? Well, I've got a square root in the numerator, and oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes if we get rid of that square root in the numerator, we can find this to be an easier problem to solve here. So if we take this and multiply it by its conjugate, we will get something that's a little bit easier to evaluate, I do believe. So if we work through this in the numerator, the middle terms are going to cancel out, so we will have 64 times 16 plus h minus, and I'm just going to write 32 times 32, or 32 squared, because I'm not sure what that multiplies out. In the bottom, we get h times this square root that we had before, 16 plus h plus 32 now. Alright, so now if we look at this, 64 times 16, and you can verify this with your calculator, but if you multiply 64 times 16, you're going to get the same thing as 32 times 32. So those two are going to cancel out, and we will just have 64h left in the numerator. And the bottom, we still have our h and this parentheses here, which still looks rather ugly to have to evaluate. But now that we've got just 64h left in the numerator, because this and this cancel, but we can also cancel this h here with this h, so now we're left with something that we can evaluate. So we've got 64 in the numerator, we've got an 8 square root of 16 plus 32 in the denominator. The square root of 16 is 4, and 8 times 4 is 32. 32 plus 32 is 64, so we come out with an answer of 1.